Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the market color for today, the 22nd of September, 2025. We're excited to have you all here today for the market color. We're going to be proceeding into today's market color to take a look at the following currency pairs. Of course, we're going to be starting off with the dollar index, after which we would proceed to analyzing GBP USD and Euro USD, gold against the dollar. Then we're going to also look at the yen side of things, where we'll start off with the yen basket. Then we'll analyze one or two other yen-related currencies. These are the things we aim to look out for today as we begin the trading week, to give you clarity, to give you direction, and to also give you possible trade setups that we expect to happen today. My name is CJ, and joining me today on the market color is Lekon Oshemi, and we're going to be taking you through this analysis together, starting off with the analysis on the dollar index. Now, if you look at the dollar index on the weekly time frame, you would notice that the dollar index on the weekly time frame is not giving any clear signal at the time, because you've been seeing rejection candles. Price has been rejecting the dollar from moving to the upside. However, if you look at the daily time frame, you have a clearer context of what is happening to the dollar. Now, you see that the dollar being stuck in that range on the daily time frame. Here on the weekly time frame rather, but here on the daily time frame, you can see that it has clearly broken this low to the downside. This was the last known buy structure. Price clearly broke it last week, I think on Wednesday or Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesday last week, it broke it into the downside and thereby giving us a very quick retracement. Now, one thing I spotted out on last week was that price didn't close below this range, so it was showing us that clearly a retracement was going to start immediately. All right, now we've seen that retracement push price all the way to the upside, and we're expecting a downward move to the downside. Seeing that price has given a decent retracement, I'm expecting further sales on the dollar index to the downside. Now, if you look at it on the 4-hour time frame as well, we can right away get rid of these lines because right now our charts is cleared. Okay. Now, if we're looking at this guy right here, you'll notice that price didn't break this high. Okay. So it is struggling to break that high. That is telling us that that could be the most known or most preferred swing high. All right. So you can see that this is like the most preferred swing high. And this move to the downside was just a pierce. And then price came back up. Right now, seeing where price is trading off, we're expecting the sell-off to the downside to continue starting off the week. Okay. So I'm expecting a dollar sell to the downside overall. That is my bias. That is what I'm looking forward to. The sell-off on the dollar to the downside means that my analysis is correct. So I'm looking forward to that this morning. And for that to be confirmed, of course, I would want to see price break this low right here and close below it. So let's highlight the low, which is right here. And a close below it would give me a clear signal of where I expect price to continue selling to something like this. And then it trade off to the downside. This is my expectation for the dollar index this morning. I want to break here, return, and then sell off to the downside. Now, starting off with Euro USD, let's see the things that we expect to happen on Euro USD this morning as we are looking at it from the 4-hour and from the daily time frame. But first, let's get rid of the old chart markup so that we have a very clear chart. Now, starting off with the daily time frame of Euro USD, you can see where price went to, which is at this high right here. We highlighted it as a possible liquidity zone for price, where we said they had double highs or double tops right there. We had double top right here. And we said Euro USD may likely go and take it off before trading to the downside. And you can see what happened. Euro USD just went, tipped it off, and started moving to the downside. This is a clear move that we anticipated, and we can see how that is playing out. So for Euro USD, even though we're still expecting a buy, because if you look at the dollar index, we're still expecting sales, right? So on Euro USD, inevitably, we're expecting buy. So seeing that price took off this level without breaking above it showed us that that was the beginning of a strong retracement to the downside. Now, seeing how Euro USD, how far Euro USD has sold off, we're expecting the buy to resume, because this is how we're looking at it from here all the way here. We're expecting that buy to resume. Seeing that the price is already at a discount level, I'm expecting a buy resumption on Euro USD. So anything we're looking out for today on Euro USD is a buy. All right. So my outlook on Euro USD is a clear buy to the upside. So right now, I'm just looking out for confirmations, because I can't just buy from the center of the move. So I would want to see a confirmation where, just like the dollar index, I would want to see Euro USD clearly break this level here, return, and then we're buying it all the way to the upside. So this is the exact move I want to take on Euro USD. So I'm watching out for Euro USD's break. You can add an alert here if you're using TradingView or whatever trading platform you're using for analysis. You can use it to add an alert right here. So for Euro USD, I'm expecting this break. Once I see this break on Euro USD, I'll take the trades. Okay. You know, on some Mondays, I tend to go very aggressive whenever I take the trades immediately from when I'm citing them on Mondays. But on some days like this, I just like to be patient, wait for the confirmation, because if this trade plays out, it's going to be a long week of buy on Euro USD. So in this kind of cases, I would want to be careful, wait for my premium setup, and then take them, because I would want to milk everything I can make from this particular trade. So it's worth the wait if it's going to give me as much as I analyzed for the pair. So for Euro USD, we're looking at somewhere around 140 pips, which is very typical for a week-long move. So I would be patient enough to see it break here, because it won't take up to 20 pips to break that level. You see what I'm saying? About 16 pips to break the level, and then we'll be done. So that can happen very quickly. Once I see that break, I'll be taking a Euro USD buy to the upside. Okay. Now, GBP USD, similar thing to what I'm expecting on Euro USD. GBP USD has in fact broken here, return back to this fair value gap. I'm expecting a buy from this FVG right here, where GBP USD is trading off from. So you can see the FVG right here. Okay, so this is the fair value gap I'm expecting GBP USD to trade off from. So I'm expecting the buy all the way to the upside from that level. You look at it this way as well, you see that here was the previous support level. GBP USD is resting right there. I'm expecting the buy to push it back to the upside moving forward. But GBP USD, just like Euro USD, I want to see a clear break here. Once that break happens, I'll be buying GBP USD all the way to the upside here. So you can also see that for GBP USD's buy is well over 150 pips as our target. So it's worth it if we wait for GBP USD to break this level here, and then we enter. So very similar thing, carbon copy of what we're expecting on Euro USD and on the dollar index is what GBP USD is tending to give us as well this morning. So I'm expecting this move to play out. Once I see it playing out, I'll be taking my buy. So in summary, I'm expecting a dollar index sell. I'm expecting a GBP USD and Euro USD buy this week. Okay, so for that to happen, I want to see a clear break of structure on the 1 hour time frame. And when that plays out, I'll be taking my trade to the upside while riding GBP USD and Euro USD buys. Okay, so right now we're going to take a very short break, and when we return, we're going to continue with the analysis as we look at gold against the dollar, yen basket, GBP JPY, and Euro JPY. So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the market analysis.
Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Market Follow brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. That was an insightful analysis from CJ, and this morning we'll be looking into the precious metal and at the same time a quick one to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket, which is going to give us a pre-information of what we should expect to see on the yen correlated pair like GBP, JPY, EU, JPY, and USD. JPY. All right, so without much ado, let's quickly start with the precious metal this morning. And last week, our expectation for the precious metal is we want to see a buy, and we see our price really move all the way to our target for the year. Price really moved all the way to our target for the year, buying all through to the upside. And then you can see on the weekly time frame, we are still very much on the buy trend all the way to the upside, right? And price after trading into our target, which is 3,700, we see how it's still extending more to the upside again. Price is still trying to move much more to the other side, right? And if you look at it on the daily time frame, we are going to see today, this morning, during the Asian session, see how that price has traded all the way to clear last week high again, just clearing highs to the upside. And if you observe on the 4-hour time frame, you see liquidity being taken out and price moving all through. So the current 4-hour candle for me is going to be a real decision, is going to give us real decision of what we are going to do today into the rest of the week. If this candle closes bearish, then that means price is coming to this liquidity point that we have here. As last week, we expect price to come and take out this low here and we continue to buy. But price just tested the low and all the way started buying. So what is our confirmation and what are we going to do on the precious metal today being Monday, the opening of the week? All right, on the 4-hour time frame, as we've seen that price has already traded out. If this candle closes bullish, then that means we already have a full breakout of this level. Then we look for continuation of the buy trend on our lower time frame. However, if it closes bearish, if price trades below and closes bearish, then that means this buy that we are seeing on the 4-hour candle is more of a fake out, right? And if we go to the 1-hour time frame, we are going to observe that everywhere seems very much more bullish, as we already see the confirmation of 1-hour time frame that price already closes above the all-time high. So that is telling us we are still very much bullish, and we should look for more buy opportunity. And where is the buy opportunity right now on the 1-hour time frame? Remember last week we had our shoulder mark out here after price did all this, bought all the way to the upside, and we see how that price sold all the way to the downside. Last week we expect to see a sell to buy, and we see it just that, during the release of NFP, we see how that price took out the all-time high that we have on Tuesday, and price sold all the way back down to the people high for the buy. And that is what we see moving, playing out right now to the upside. So what is our move for today? Having seen that price already cleared liquidity around this level, and we already see a breakout somewhere at the top here. So what should we expect to do? Remember, just as CJ already analyzed on DXY, we've seen the interest rate on DXY being cut down. So it seems much more like the precious metal should be the most preferred safe haven asset right now, as everyone is buying all through to the upside. So what should we expect to see? Let's see some retracement of this massive buy, then we can easily join the buy, right? Just draw your Fibonacci tool all the way to the upside here, and let's see where the discount price is. Now the discount price is around, this is our 50% fib level below. So let's look for levels where we can mark there using our boss pattern. All right, now we've seen how that price swept liquidity here. This is a sweep of liquidity that we have somewhere here. So we call this a sweep of liquidity. And here we have our shoulder. This is our shoulder. So we expect that price should retrace all the way and come and tap into this zone, and we'll start buying for the to this shoulder, and we'll start buying the precious metal all the way back up again. All right, so this is the POI that we want to join the buy. Why? We don't want to trade against the trend for now, so better we join the trend. And would price come all the way here? Let's wait and see what price does, because they are seeing liquidity below here, so price is most likely coming to take out liquidity here around this low and coming to tap into this left shoulder. You can see this is the liquidity point, and at the same time we have our left shoulder there. So we expect price to come all the way, tap here, then we can follow through for the week. Now, how are we going to hold our hands to see price trade all the way down? No. All you need to do is go to your 15-minute time frame and go and look for similar price action on the 15-minute time frame. On the 15-minute, you can see even the 15-minute time frame is confirming the move that we expect a buy zone around that level. So what you should do is, you see a bus pattern form at this point to the downside, you may want to take it, just sell to this level where we are going to buy from. But know that that's going to be a low probability trade. Why? Because the trend still remains very bullish. All right, so that is the outlook for the precious metal this morning. Let's quickly get to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. For the yen basket, our bias still remains the same as, for the past few weeks, we've been expecting a sell on the yen basket. And yes, every week closes bearish as analyzed. However, we did not see the full momentum of that sell happening on the yen basket. But this week, let's be hopeful that price is going to come and take out this liquidity this week. But the moment we see this liquidity being taken out, then they are going to resume massive buy on the yen basket, knowing fully well because of the interest rate cut on the dollar, the yen, and also the precious metal may seems to be the most assets that investors will be eyeing to invest in, right? So let's quickly look forward to the yen basket selling into this zone, taking out liquidity, then that may give us a very good repricing level for us to start buying the yen from. So on the weekly time frame, this is our analysis. We are still very much bearish on the yen basket. So we expect that the yen should sell all the way into this zone, and we begin to look for opportunity to start buying to the upside. Now on the daily time frame, we are going to observe the same thing is forming there. And one thing we know about the yen basket is it builds liquidity for it to come and grab it again. So since all this liquidity has been built since last year, so we expect price to take out the low of November last year, then we are going to see the massive buy again all the way to the upside. Now take note of this particular month where price took out, where price created this low. There's a tendency into October, that's when we are going to see all this played out, like price take out all this low and tap properly into our POI, which is this fair value gap that we are seeing both on the daily and on the weekly time frame for us to start buying the yen. All right, so that is that for the yen basket. And since that's what we're expecting on the yen basket, is giving us a good insight to what we should expect on GBP JPY. Remember, for GBP JPY, what has been our analysis so far? We've been expecting that price should trade into this POI that we have here for GBP JPY. And right now, sometimes last week on Thursday, we see our price came very close to that zone at the top here. You can see it just at this top. Price came very close to that zone here and tapped into it, but it did not really enter into that zone. And because the yen basket has not completed its move, there's still high tendency to see more buy of GBP JPY to the upside. And also knowing fully well, if you pay much more attention to the analysis of CJ on GBP JPY, we are very much bullish on GBP USD rather. We are very much bullish on GBP USD, and that is giving us an insight too that we are most likely going to see GBP JPY also, pull all the way to the upside for this week, trading into this zone. And when price trades properly into this zone, then the sell party may now begin. And since that is our expectation on GBP JPY, and we already see what we're expecting on the yen basket itself, then we should go to our lower time frame to go and mark our levels where we want to join this buy all the way from. And there is high tendency within this week, we may see GBP JPY range a little bit after the expansion to the upside, or a range before the expansion rather, a range before the expansion. And when it expands to this zone, then sell party begins. Now let's look at the 4-hour time frame to see what is going on GBP JPY. For the 4 hours, we are seeing some level of market structure shift. Remember, Friday, we're expecting this low to be taken out. That if this low is being broken to the downside, we see candle close of this low to the downside, then we are going to consider selling and assuming taking this level, this point of contact that this level has tapped into as a significant level for us to know that maybe we want to start the sell. But since we are still expecting yen basket to sell, then we may likely see GBP buy, sell a little bit, then buy or properly into the POI. Then we now begin to see the massive sell. But on the 4-hour time frame, from what we are seeing right now, we are seeing a very clean typical boss pattern. This is our shoulder. We have our shoulder marked out around that level, right? And just above that level too, you are going to observe we have some level of liquidity here that we expect price to come and take out. That is 2. And then we've seen a market structure shift. We've seen how that this move broke this structure here that validates our shoulder here, right? So that is a typical boss pattern for our time frame. So what should we expect? We want to see a buy, then a sell. Now, this sell is most likely not going to take out this level here because this I did not really tap into our daily POI. We just tap it a little bit, but we want to see price trade properly into that reference point, which is the fair value gap, and we're going to begin to see a massive sell to the downside. All right, so what we have right now on the chart is we want to see a buy, sell to sell, then the last leg of the buy before the sell party begins for GBP JPY. Let's confirm this on the 1-hour time frame to see what is really going on there. On the 1-hour time frame, we have a very clean confirmation of what we just see on the 4-hour time frame. This is it. We have this shoulder. You can see how that price take out liquidity here, and we see the massive sell that broke structure. Now we are expecting price to trade into this liquidity point to take out this level. Now, for more confirmation, let's just use our Fibonacci tool to confirm this sell off that we have here and see level where price is most likely going to react to. Now we are seeing great. We are seeing the 60% fib level within our shoulder point and the liquidity level still within the 60%, 61.8% Fibonacci level, and that is what we are expecting. We want to see price buy to that level, take out this liquidity point, and start selling. As a matter of fact, I'm having a view of this order block on the 1-hour time frame. There's high tendency price to take out this liquidity and come and tap into this order block, which is still a confirmation of this level of a shoulder part, right? So that is giving us a confluence on the GBP JPY. Now we won't hold our hands to see that price just starts moving all the way up without doing anything. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame to see what structure we have there so we can easily follow through to the upside on 15-minute time frame. Cool. All right, on the 15-minute time frame, we are seeing something that looks more like a double bottom here. I don't want to count this as a sweep of liquidity, although it is looking more like it, but high tendency, we are most likely going to see price trade into this level for us to begin to see the buy of GBP JPY. Oh, amazing, it has happened. This is it. This is it. This is the entry point of GBP JPY buy to the upside. So this is the zone we already see the buy of GBP JPY happening. Now, if you have enough room for that, you may want to take the buy right now. And if not, if you want to wait for it to pull a little bit back, which I doubt price is going to. All right, let's take this that is happening right now as another form of structure on the 5-minute time frame, which means we want to see price. If price could take out this high here, if price could take out this high here and retrace a little bit back down to somewhere here, then we can easily start buying GBP, JPY, provided you don't want to join right now. If price takes out this high and it retraces a little bit to this zone, then we can start buying GBP, JPY. It retraces here, then start buying GBP, JPY for the day. But looking at it today, it's going to be more of a buy day for GBP, JPY. And lastly, as we round up the TDA session, if there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box so we can quickly address that. Lastly, for Euro JPY, right from the daily time frame, remember we said we are going to see Euro JPY range a little bit for some while within this zone, and that's what we've been seeing. And last week we saw some level of expansion a little bit to the upside because Euro JPY has tapped into its own daily POI, which is what we have here, this fair value gap. However, remember I said there's high probability we see price coming to trade into this order block that we have on the daily time frame, this order block here, and that's why we have this line marked out. And if you can see very well, sometimes last week price traded into that order block. You can see how the price just tapped it a little bit sometimes last week, right? Price tapped that level a little bit sometimes last week, and we begin to see push to the reaction to the downside. But for this week, let's go to the 4-hour time frame to confirm what we have on Euro JPY. For Euro JPY this week, we've still not seen a very clear market structure shift to the downside. So there is high tendency this week is going to be more of a ranging or a buy week for Euro JPY, because we're also expecting a buy from GBP JPY. So there's high tendency we see Euro JPY also buying all the way to the upside. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing Euro JPY buying today. There's going to be a buy day for Euro JPY as price is going to come first tap into this level. Then we may see a little pull back, then probably a breakout. So this is what I'm expecting to see for Euro JPY today. And on the 1-hour time frame, where do we see Euro JPY coming into? We won't call this a very clear bust pattern because this is not really a sweep of liquidity. So this is not really a shoulder. Until we see a clear structure that is giving us a very clean move that I want to see a sell of Euro JPY, then we are not going to pull the trigger. But on the 15-minute time frame, what do we have playing out on 15-minute time frame for Euro JPY? Amazing. So this is it for Euro JPY for the week. Two things: if price takes out this high last or Friday Asian high, if price takes it out, then we can consider the pullback of Euro JPY and buy from there. If price takes out this high, then we can consider pullback. Price retraces a little bit back down into this zone for Euro JPY. So this is where we have it for Euro JPY. If price retraces somewhere here, then we can consider buying it up again for Euro JPY. But if not, we are just going to watch through. And for USD JPY, I know someone would want to ask for USD JPY. This is the time we are going to see USD JPY range a little bit more, and you can see on the daily time frame, it's confirming that we are going to see USD JPY ranges a little bit for a while now. It's going to maintain this range that we have here for a while. Remember, our price has been in that range since August. We are going to see it range a little bit more. All right. So that is our analysis for the yen correlated pair and also for the precious metal. All right. If there's no question, this is going to be the end of the market column brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team. And remember, trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. I'm Lee Conshemi to meet again by 2 p.m. for the New York recap. Cheers and